Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. Hey, where'd my chat go? There it is. All right. Sorry about that. A little bigger than life, even than usual. How is everybody today this fine Saturday afternoon? Hello, all. Katie, good to see you as usual. Pand, Elizabeth. I'm scrolling. Louis, P51, good. Welcome to see everybody. Good to see everybody, I should say, and welcome to everybody. I hope your weekends are all going well today. Okay, yeah. Evening, Chappie, indeed, yeah. I should say good morning if there's anybody in Hawaii. Just want to make sure I cover everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you all next time. All right. Well, before I get the session started, because today's LotRO session will actually be session play. We'll be doing the We Cannot Get Out session play, which is going to be very powerful session play. But in the meantime, does anybody have any questions either about LotRO, about Tolkien, about the PPP, the TTT, the moot coming up, any of those good things? Hey, Nate, good to see you. A new desk setup, good. Well, may I recommend the Secret Labs Magnus desks? I absolutely love them. They are fantastic build quality. I have the one Pro, which is the sit stand, and then I have one that's not, and they are just fantastic desks. Great stuff. All right. I'm quiet today. I'm just, looking to see if there are any questions there. Pictures when you're done. Yeah, please do. What am I expecting from Rings of Power Season 3? What ideas have we been discussing? I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to not talk about. I mean, there's the moot, but, the Rings of Power Season 3. What am I expecting? Well, I really hope we see Celeborn finally. That would be nice. Moot ideas. Okay, I'll be hushing about the moot. Thank you, Class Act. Yeah. The shelves are a mighty thing. It took me a great deal of time to kind of plot out where I was going to put things. I'm still working on it, and there's probably going to be some more changes because I've got a few more Weta pieces that I want to put up. I really enjoy it. There are a few more books coming, right? Professor Drought's book. Help me with the name of his book. The Ruin and the Tower and the Ruin, something like that, I think, on some of Tolkien's creation. That's going to be fantastic. Let's see what else is coming out. Oh, the new, I'm not sure I'm going to get it. There's a HarperCollins box set of the Lord of the Rings, a deluxe edition. But it's very much like that deluxe edition right there. It's basically those books, but instead of quarter-bound leather, they're full cloth. And instead of being in a slipcase, they're in this like horizontal thing with little pull-out drawers. But they're identical other than that. So I don't know that I will. However, there's also an edition of The Hobbit coming out just like this. Quarter-bound blue leather, gray cloth, designed to match that set. I think it has its own slipcase. I will be getting that, however. So, all right. Justice for Celeborn. Yeah. Noga, hello. Yeah, I definitely hope I see Celeborn. Back to that question about Rings of Power Season 3. I hope I see Celeborn. I hope that we see more of the Ents. I hope that Kemen gets smashed into tiny bits, but I know that's not likely because we all know he's going to be like the 9th of the Nazgul. He'll be like the weakest little Nazgul. He'll be like, when you give a Nazgul a cookie, he'll he's going to be the one that the Nazgul all beat up on, but he'll be a Nazgul at some point. More Círdan would be fantastic. I mean, I think talk about an underutilized casting. Nate, any additions I'd recommend if you want to get your first copies of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit? Ooh, yes. It really depends on your budget, of course. I do think the best for readability, as much as I love these single volume editions, like, sorry, because I'm going to do it backwards. That red one right there, that's leather bound or quarter leather bound, Tolkien's own illustrations, but it's a single volume. And I don't recommend those for readability. I really recommend the 3 volume editions. So like there's this box set over here. There's the standard hardcover. There's The Hobbit, the 3 Lord of the Rings, the Silmarillion, and I think the Unfinished Tales and the Run to the Nazgul for sure. But this is the set that I really highly recommend it. Once I saw it, I realized that's the set. Um, I do wish the leather had been more leathery. I have to admit they didn't. If they're going to do it with that, I wish they just done cloth. But the text, the books themselves are fantastic. The paper's perfect. The font choice, everything they did makes it very readable. And of course, the Alan Lee art is fantastic. But if you can't go that route because it is a little more expensive, I think the Lord of the Rings in that is about 200. Honestly, it's a killer value because it's basically the folio edition, which is this set over here, but smaller, right? This is an insanely stupid expensive set, but it's the same art. And it's like, an eighth of the price. Great set. But if you can't go that route, then do the ones over here. Those are the other ones to get the hardcover standard edition. Um, you know, they're not deluxe, but they're really well made. They do have the contrasting text, so you've got like the ring text in red and things along those lines. So those would be the two choices, but I definitely recommend for readability a 3 volume set. I still wish they would do. They did it once in a paperback set. You could get a box, and it had Tolkien spelled out over 7 books, and it was book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the appendices and index. I would love to see that again in like a nice hardcover format, just because I want to pick up book 3 and read book 3. I want to pick up book 5. Really, really nice, but it would be expensive in hardcover. The latter ones are in the PPP. They're all in the PPP library, almost certainly. But yeah, that set, which was only in paperback, is really hard to find. That's sweet, sweet commission. Oh yeah, all 17 cents, man. It's funny that we actually, I'll just tell you a little secret. Our affiliate revenue from selling books is almost non-existent. The typically the most we get is about 70 or 80 bucks over the period of a month, usually in December. And it's because somebody will put a book in their cart and then immediately do some other shopping, and we get the commission on the golf clubs or whatever big item that they buy. But it's still never, I think it's like 1.5%. It's really, we have the library for a public service, not for our own enrichment. Ooh, that is a good question, Clask. I have a tough time explaining why In the House of Tom Bombadil is a great chapter. It is true that it is a digression, and therefore, of course, at the Prancing Pony podcast, we love it. In a way, you could say that Tom is extraneous to the story. He certainly was sort of an extra that appeared unexpectedly in many ways, but it sets up so much, and the chapter itself is great because you get not only Tom's very different way of speaking with the cadence and the rhythm that he speaks, the sing-songy way that he speaks, but I think it's also important to get a glimpse of the much larger picture, right? You only get a glimpse. It's a mystery. Why does the ring not affect him? Why does he put the ring on and is perfectly visible? And why can he then see Frodo when Frodo's wearing the ring? And you're getting a glimpse at the fact that there are older things than Sauron, right? There are, I mean, not technically older because he's a Maya spirit, therefore he existed at the beginning of time. But, Tom is an enigma. And it's important, I think, in a story like this to have mysteries that aren't solved. But I love the idea of we are seeing a very powerful character. You don't know it right away, but yeah, really, really fantastic stuff. And then, of course, without him, the Barrow Downs are a disaster. Without him, we don't get the swords of Westerness that Merry ends up using to hamstring the Witch King at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. So, all right. Well, any last questions before we hop into LotRO for a little while? Yeah, I would say probably. Yeah, yeah. When Sean and I did the chapter, and of course this was back in season 3. I think, I mean, there's a part of me that wonders what different things would I do going through it again? But um, we decided he was sort of a leftover of the music, right? He was formed at the time of the music of the creation, and is sort of that echoey sense of that. Oh, you're welcome, Klask. Always happy to help, especially because Tom is a lot like the poetry, a thing that I did not get into the first few times I read the book when I was younger. I have often admitted to my shame that I skipped the poetry when I was young. I also sort of skimmed over Tom, at least until the Barrow Downs, but I'm absolutely fascinated by him today. Great character. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this show on the road here for the gaming. Of course, that assumes that my screen is actually going to work here, because I've left it on so long. I wonder if I've got the screensaver going. Hold on a second. Let me just check here. Now we are good. We are good. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to pop on that extra camera. Turn it on. I added it, so clearly I want it on. Swap. We will have to turn off the chat stream. So those of you on YouTube and Twitch will have to talk amongst yourselves because you won't be able to talk to each other. I'll still see the chat, or at least I'll try to. Katie, of course, will get any messages to me that are important that I miss. And know that if the screen goes down or something like that, even if I catch it within 2 or 3 seconds, it's going to take a while before it shows up on your end that I've caught it. So, all right. All right. So when we last left Hilbern, we left him in Durin's Way, about to do a session here. So a session play, Louis, is when instead of playing as yourself, as a character, even in an instance, like where you're maybe following somebody around, like if you were there last time when it was an instance and I'm having to follow that dwarf around and lead him through the Redhorn loads without getting caught. There, I'm still myself. It's still me. It's still in the story. A session play is when you play as somebody else at another time. And it's a chance for you to play really integral parts of the story. We led with one a few weeks ago where we played as one of Dine's high-ranking officers when the elves showed up, and then we go to show them where we've been finding all the mithril, and whoop, there's Durin's Bane. Or I said Dine, but it was Durin, of course. Dine was the one who got killed after that and left. But yeah, so it's basically an opportunity to play elements of the story that you wouldn't otherwise be able to play. Time travel, if you will. So let's do that now. We're going to talk to Bosi and experience the session we cannot get out. Yeah, Katie makes a good point as well. It's a singular playthrough. You're basically playing a scene. And in this case, I get to play Ori. Oh.
Alas, that Balin, son of Fundin, believed he could reclaim Moria but with a small force. As the Company of the Ring learned, the number of the orcs and the might of Durin's Bane could not easily be turned aside.
Okay, so it looks like I am a guardian, mostly. Oh, wait, no, this is Runekeeper, isn't it? No, Blade Barriers, Arcing Attack. That's champion skill. So this is champion stuff. Ferocious Strike. Yeah, this is champion. Okay. It's been so long since I played my champion, I didn't remember. So one of the drawbacks about session play is they don't remember how you laid out your screen. So you can see that like this big black box over here is in the wrong place. My inventory bag's in the wrong place, but that doesn't matter. The big problem is this. I can hardly see those buttons, but we'll do what we can and try not to die. But yeah, I definitely recommend folks take a look at who you're playing as, what your skill set is. They don't make it too hard usually, and you can always retry if you fail, but you'll have more success if you quickly skim what your skill sets are before you click on the NPC to start the actual session. So in this case, I've got skills that build fervor. So if you've ever played a champion, like a hunter uses focus, champions use fervor. That is, there are skills that build fervor and skills that spend fervor. Just like with a hunter, there's skills that build focus and skills that spend focus. So you can see that one of the advantages to this skill, for example, is it not only builds fervor, it also removes corruption, which is basically an enemy's version of a buff. You get a small chance to stun here. This is an area attack. So if you got 3 enemies before you, it's a good one. And then once you have fervor, these will be available. They just cost fervor, right? So they're going to be more damaging skills. And I'm just going to take a look at that. Here's a heal. I'm going to trip the heal over here so I don't forget that it's there. I don't remember all of these skills. Okay. All right, well, let's just do it and see what happens, huh? All right. The music is fantastic. Ah, love this. Captain Ori, you've arrived at last. I feared we would be overwhelmed before you arrived, but with your strength, we may yet push back the orcs. Oh, that Balin were still alive. We have need of his leadership. Against his horde of orcs, we must move with one mind, or we will not survive the fall of evening. I was cut off from Lonnie and Nally during the last attack. We must join them on the far side of the bridge, but many orcs have crawled up from the pit and stand between here and there. We must defeat them before yet more arrive. So we are to protect Frar as he fights across the bridge of Khazad-dûm. Ori, this way! We will rejoin Lonnie and Nally on the far side of the bridge. So it's a perfect place to use an area of attack skill, right? So that right now I'm just using my fervor builds, and you can see the little icon above the sword there. That is the indicator. Try not to fall off the edge. It is a very real risk. Oops. I used an area of effect skill there and shouldn't have. Wow. I'm so afraid I'm going to fall off. That is terrifying. All right. The bridge of Khazad-dûm. Look at that. At last. Take that. Were we wrong to come back to Khazad-dûm, Captain? With Balin slain, this endeavor seems ready to fall. The orcs are too many. No, no, we will stand. I will die a dwarf. Let none call Lonnie coward. Things are not well, Captain. There is no end to the creatures. For every orc we cleave, 2 more spring from the darkness. Still, we are the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. We will not let these orcs drive us from the halls in which we have lived for years too few. We have decided, then, one last glorious stand against the orcs. I weep that none will sing of it, Captain Ori, but I am glad that I have such honorable and dependable dwarves by my side for its making. For Balin, for Khazad-dûm, and for the glory of the dwarves. We will slay many orcs before we die, my friends. I love the quest is make your stand against the orcs worthy of song. Targeting could be easier. From the left. kill as many of these guys as we can. Nope. Run right past him. And sometimes session play is this. It is fight until you die, and you will die. Eventually, it'll be overwhelming. Ha ha! That's when you use your area of attack skills. We are turning the tide against them. Forward! Forward! As he runs backward. War Captain. I do not like this, Captain. Some shadow lies ahead. See how my hands tremble, and I have never quailed before any foe. A great evil waits down this passage, worse than all the evils we have seen this day. I do not think we can face this thing. We must retreat. We must fall back. We must escape across the bridge. Hold, Captain. Or guard your retreat. Go. Talk to Frar and escape. Well, come on, Frar. Yeah, there are session plays that are actually kind of comical. This is not one of them. And they do get this bridge so right. We have to get you out of here, Captain Ori. We must retreat to the 21st Hall and hope that we can hold them off there. I was not certain you would still be alive, Captain Ori, but I rejoice to see you so. I wanted you here for our last defense. We are still waiting for word from the scouts you sent west, but so far there has been nothing. And now the orcs have taken the bridge and the second hall and close in on opposition from all sides. We are certain to follow Frar and Lonnie and Nali, my captain, even if we hold out for a little while. Hark! Who is that? Is that one of the scouts? It is! He has returned from the west gate.
My captain, I bring sad news. The pool has come all the way up to the wall at the west gate. There is no hope of escape that way. Noble Owen's mission has ended, and in failure. In surprise, he was taken by the Watcher in the water, and the weapon he bore availed him not. The surrounding halls are filling with orcs, Captain. It was all I could do to make it back here, but it has been for nothing. There must be something we can do, right, Captain? What can we do? We have no hope of standing against them here in the hall. They will overwhelm us with their vast numbers.
Thiele listens to your plan and his face hardens, his eyes stern and bright.
You're right, Captain. We will retreat to the chamber of Mazar Bul and make what stand we may. There we may last long enough to make them feel the sting of our axes and hearken our battle cries. To the chamber of Mazar Bul, that is where we will make our stand.
Man, I had forgotten just how heavy this session play is. Into Balrog and now this. Learning about Owen's death via the Watcher in the water. Oh, look at this. The Chamber of Mazar Bul is not a ruin like it is later.
Oh. Captain Ori, I would have a word with you while we bar the doors and prepare. Now that it comes down to it, Captain, I grieve that our return to Moria has been so brief and so full of sorrow. Was Balin wrong to lead us here, and to expect that whatever curse lay upon these halls had been lifted? It is too late now to ask such things, but I would not have this hopeful journey come to such an end, to be forgotten forever, to come to nothing. Captain Ori, I beg you, finish writing our account in the book where such things are recorded. There it is, on the tomb we erected for Lord Balin. It was begun by others, but I would have you finish it. I do not want our fate to be forgotten.
And what I want is a mini game where I actually have to move the mouse in, like the Elvish runes or Elvish script. It's impossible to make this light.
We're out of time.
Go get him. Come back here. Mazog. Oh, man.
You are stubborn, maggot beard. But I, Mazog, will send you back to your maker.
Well, your friends won't, at least. Oh, man, they got... Okay. I didn't know the area of effect.
To me, my allies, slay this worm and you will be rewarded. This place is mine, my armies are limitless.
This is bad. Oh, yeah, completed instance. We cannot get out. It's the one and only Mazog indeed. Wow, that's heavy.
I do not know if things will be different this time. We must prepare for the storm.
If there is hope to be found in the leaves of Mazorbul Hilbern, I could not see it. If we are to survive where Balin's dwarves did not, we will need to prepare for the coming storm. It may not be possible, but we will at least make a stand.
The company of Balin, son of Fundi, came to a vile end in the dark halls of Moria. Durin's bane is gone, but many orcs still dwell within those halls. Can the returning dwarves maintain their hold? The orcs prepare for war, and the dwarves must do the same.
We must make the Chamber of the Crossroads ready for war. We must make the Chamber of the Crossroads.
Didn't you just say that?
I fear that we will meet the same fate as Balin's expedition if we do not prepare for battle, Hilbern. If Ashpar is to be believed, the vengeance of Mazog, his host, may be swift. We cannot rest until we are prepared for the worst. We must be ready to meet this onslaught, and if we are lucky, we will not be doomed as Balin was, whose road was yet unknown to him. My dwarves, Slothy, Sigdan, and Thalfi, here in the Chamber of the Crossroads, must be told of the situation. You should do anything they ask to help them prepare for the coming storm. The Great Delving, at least, will be ready.
So once again, we have a wrapper quest, right? So we're going to help Slothy, Sigdan, and Thalfi. So let's find out what Thalfi needs.
We have little time to speak.
I do not like that well. I looked down it and couldn't see the bottom, but I'm pretty sure there's water down there. It makes me nervous. What if the orcs find the bottom of the well and try climbing up? They could use it to get into this room without the sentries noticing. I don't need to tell you what a disaster that would be. I'd feel better if you could find the bottom of the well and make sure there's no way for the orcs to climb up into this chamber. Melmar went looking for it, but I'd never heard back from him. I don't know how you'll get to the bottom safely, but you'd find a way down to the waterworks and look for Narag Keleb, the bottom of the well. I expect you'll find it southwest of the mighty aqueduct in the depths. Don't jump down the well itself, though, unless you think you could fall for uncounted fathoms and land alive on your feet.
Well, that'll be an easy one. We'll just take the swift travel since we've already done it. Let's see what Sigdan wants.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
Do you think we'll be ready by the time the orcs attack us? I do not know if we will. If the orcs knew how vulnerable we are now, they would not delay. They would attack us within the very hour. My cousin Spore has taken it upon himself to scout the approaches to the Chamber of the Crossroads. If the orcs have any plans to attack soon, you will see the signs and can warn us in time. Please, go help him with his patrol. I'm anxious for Spore to have some assistance should any unsavory foe meander across his path.
If I remember correctly, these guys had, instance quests, which we're not going to do. And also looking for, see, that was Thalfi and Sigdan, so we need to find Slothy, who's probably on the other side. Sure enough. Or Slothy.
Perhaps soon we will toast our victory against the orcs of Moria.
I'm not going to try to duplicate that voice.
Volsey has tried to keep it quiet, but rumor travels quickly.
I'm not going to try to reproduce any voice these days. Slothy, by the way, he doubles as their jazz nighttime DJ. So, Bosi has tried to keep it quiet, but rumor travels quickly in the passages of Moria. Most of us are now aware of Balin's end. They were surrounded. Orcs from the east and below, and the terrible creature in the pool by the Holland Gate. I have to do it as a dwarf. You kidding me?
We cannot afford for that to happen again, Hilbern. But if it does, it is my responsibility to make sure we have enough supplies to withstand a long siege. I want you to leave Moria and speak to Thorgnir, just outside the doors of Durin. Tell him to send as much food as he has to spare and to arrange for more on a regular schedule. We will not be put in the same dire place as Balin's company. I would see us avenge them, so they may rest in long peace beneath the stones.
All right, so we're going to close out the wrapper quest for a moment just so we don't get it mixed up on the map. So chapter 1, find the bottom of the well. You can see the ring flashing all the way down here by Nar Keleb. We'll probably have to go down to the Vile Maw to get there, or at least to the Rotting Cellar, probably. And then the other one we need to do is scouting the crossroads. That guy's right near us, so we'll check him first. And then the other guy's actually outside. We'll have to go out here because he is out here just by the doors. So let's go first talk to Spore. And then we'll see what's up. In the meantime, let me catch up with chat real fast. Yeah, dwarves are definitely destroying my voice. Sooner we get out of Moria and I get to talk as the elves, the better.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
If you are keen of eye and strong of arm, I would welcome your company on my patrol. Let us scout for any sneaking orcs that might think to gain advantage by spying on the approaches to the Chamber of the Crossroads.
All right, well, let's do this thing then. Orc spies could be anywhere. Well, then maybe I should use my Passage of Foes. Oh, excuse me. Pardon my yawn. An orc spy. Don't let him get away. You have accompanied him on his patrol. Well, that's easy. All right. So let's go back to the there we go. Let's go back to the stables since we've already been to the rotten cellar, or the rotting cellar. The cellar that is rotten. We can easily go there.
May Durine return soon.
But we can't get there from here. So probably have to go to 21st Hall first. Nate, every complete character voices. We could have some, very upper crust, proper English accents. And then we could probably give one or two cowboy voices, and we could maybe have like some alien, like space alien sort of voices. And yeah, we could have all sorts of fun. All right. So
may Durine return soon to his halls.
Yeah, we haven't been to the Vile Maw yet, but we have been to... Well, where is it? What was it called again? The Rotting Cellar. Should be there. Weird. So if I'm going to go to the Rotting Cellar, maybe I have to get there from Silvertine Worksite or Deep Descent. Let's go to Deep Descent. Can't get to Deep Descent from here. Well, this is odd. So which one's this then? The Hall of Flowing Water. Let's start with the Hall of Flowing Water. Let's make our way somewhat south of here, huh? Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Almost forgot about that. Silvertine Worksite. Deep Descent.
Welcome to
Dolven View. So we'll go to Dolven View, and we'll be able to get to there from Dolven View. I used to have a plugin that was really good. You would say where it would look at where you were, and you'd say where you wanted to go, and it would tell you exactly the shortest stable master route to get there. It stopped working many builds ago.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Rotting Cellar. You got it, Roak. I'll give Tubi Thickfists a Valley Girl voice. As long as I can still use my goofy voice for Goofy. Okay, so we want to find the bottom of the well. And that's all the way over there. Because of course it is. Okay, that's not a staircase. Nor is that. Is this? Aha. What do you mean not in line of sight? I'm looking right at him. Oh, he's coming after me. Nope, he's not. Creepy things down here.
There are older and fouler things than orcs in the deep places of the world.
Oh, we're still a ways off. Okay. So kind of want to get over here onto this little area, then go this way. It's down 2 and then to the right. Okay, these are creepy like nightmare creatures, but you know. Like there's one lizard. You shall not pass. So now we go this way. A little ways longer. Well, he was guarding my way like he was some important guy, you know? Hey, deep salamander. Frill lizard, giant toads, or nightmare creatures? Fair point. Well, yeah, in Australia, everything will kill you. This looks like it's it right here. Oh, well, there's a dude. I don't think. Oh, this is Melmar. This is the guy that went down to the bottom of the Narag Caleb.
This is it. Do you see that hole in the cave ceiling above us? That's the bottom of the well and the chamber of the crossroads. I don't think we need to worry about orcs climbing up. Oi, throw your weapons!
Let us seek higher ground. Many foes approach, but we're not in a hurry about it because they'll only show up when I get there. Okay, Melmar. Enraged flood lizards.
Don't rest yet, friend. Here come some toads.
Whoa! See, this is what I mean by nightmare stuff. Pale albino toads smacking me around. The size of small cars.
It's getting ridiculous. Here comes a big one.
You have defended Melmar from his foes. All right. So we've done most of these. We still need to go talk to the guy out by the doors of Durin. Needless to say, I'm not interested in walking there from here, so we are going to port to him. Hello, Josh.
All right, Thorgnir.
The Lords of Moria have returned.
So the troubles within Moria have begun already. I am not surprised that they have come, but I did not expect they would be upon us so soon. I would have urged more caution, but I held my tongue. Bolsi and Broger are capable dwarves, and I did not wish to heed the warnings of my heart. I approve of this decision to order an increased frequency of deliveries into Moria. I've long said that food has been too slowly sent into the mines, for any number of obstacles could besiege our supplies, within or outside of the mines. I will give you the first of these deliveries. Bring it to Slothy in the Chamber of the Crossroads. Tell him that more will follow.
All right. So now we'll port back to Slothy. We'll turn in all 3 of the main quests. That'll complete the wrapper quest, and then we'll see what's next.
The House of Durin will live forever.
The first of several deliveries from Thognir, I hope. Good, good. We won't be shut off from the outside world and caught unawares this time. We'll be ready for anything.
Hey, there's a PPP person. Hello. All right. I'll check chat and see if that's anybody who's over here.
You say that Melmar found the bottom of the well, and that he is confident the orcs cannot climb it? That's good news. I'm less worried now about its presence. Thank you for investigating this for me.
The shadow of Mordor.
You did well, and I'm pleased you were there with Spore when he ran into trouble. My cousin is valiant and brave, but some challenges are simply too much for a single dwarf. Thank you, my friend. Perhaps we'll be ready in time after all.
And of course, that completes the 3 basic quests. So we come back to Bosi. We say we've helped all 3 of them.
I hope we have done enough, friend.
The great delving at least is sufficiently at the ready. We are fortunate that Mazog had not yet made his move.
Oh, I have to finish. I have to select one. Are any of these worthwhile? No, they are not. So we'll get the shoulder guard so I don't accidentally put them on. Woo, level 60.
Prepare for an attack.
Now it'll be level 61 that we can go back and reforge and put new traceries in and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to get to 61. In the meantime, on behalf of the Golden Hosts, I get a mail.
A time long prepared for approaches, and I have seen your part in it. My husband Celeborn has called for a great company, the Golden Host of Lorien, to cross the River Anduin and bring battle to the fortress of Dol Guldur. It stands atop a stony height in the depths of Mirkwood, and behind its walls, great evil is brewing. Come to our lands and prepare to fight this growing shadow. Speak to Haldir of Lorien on his flet, just outside the Golden Wood, or to the boatmaster Carangoth, standing vigil on the southeastern docks of Lothlorien on the great river itself. We have need of great adventurers such as you, my friend. Please come to Lothlorien, from there to depart for Mirkwood, Lady Galadriel of Lorien.
Okay, well, that's cool. New skirmish available, deed completed. I've begun. I now could be called by the Golden Host, which I shall not be because, of course, I am Bad Monkey, which is much more enjoyable. All right. Chapter 2, My Heart Dares to Hope Will Be Prepared.
There is still time in which to prepare. We must make the most of it. Travel to the Way of Smiths among the Silvertine lodes, and lend your aid to the dwarves working in the Heart of Fire. The hammer blow may fall hardest there, if Mazog were to learn the importance of those forges to our continued resistance. Strothkel is in charge of the effort there. Go to him with my commendation of your merits.
All right. Catching up on the chat. Katie, oh, that's Mark. Okay. Please, yeah, I'll he's not here in the PPP plays. Where is Strothkel? I know I could port to him, but, you know, Heart of Fire, located off the Way of Smiths, Silvertine loads. So I think I go to... probably Dolvenview first. Never got a letter from Miss G. Yeah, that's a good point. P51 the log definitely has improved compared to the other day. It was pretty bad. But that was a Tuesday, and they usually do their updates on, I think it's Wednesdays, right?
May Dorian return soon to his heart.
Silvertine, I think, right? Heart of Fire, located off the Way of Smiths. Yeah, down here. So we're going to go to the Silvertine work site. Yeah, I'm more excited about level 61 than I am 60. Oh, I think the Way of Smiths is that doorway way down there. But I have to get there, so it means I have to kill a bunch of green mobs to get there, but that's all right. While they're arguing, I'll just build my focus and do a little rain of arrows. And kill the Moria Sneak. Should be one-shotting most of these folks, since we are significantly over-leveled compared to them. Just got to find my way down there. I just remember how to get to the Way of Smiths. Railways and platforms, kids. Railways and platforms. Doors and corners. Ah, yes. It's an Expanse reference. Doors and corners, kid. Doors and corners. That's how they get you. It's down there somewhere. So I think that's it. Yeah, the Way of Smiths. Yeah. Shout out for the... Well, it was just... it took me a second. I was thinking railways and platforms. Why did it have to be railways and platforms? I'm like, that's kind of a Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones thing, but all right. Is he in here? You may pass, Hilbern. Well, thank you. Dun, dun. There he is.
With your help, we will be ready for anything.
It is true, then, this rumor that the orcs are planning some great assault on us. I was afraid it was so. I do not need Boasty's recommendation to know you are an asset to our efforts here. Were it not for you, the Heart of Fire would still be sealed to us.
With your help, we will be ready for anything.
My lieutenant will tell you how best to help us with preparations. I would trust Rick Stronghammer with my life. Beef, big chunks.
What? Tell me people have seen Galaxy Quest or Mystery Science Theater 3000. Because, I don't know, Rick Stronghammer sounds just like the like one of the names they would have come up with for that
Big McLarge huge.
Oh, man. All right.
Rick Stronghammer.
He should be a defender in hockey. Rink Stronghammer, right?
Ask him what should be done, make it so. We were in the Heart of Fire. We here in the Heart of Fire will stand against the orcs until the very end. And then if all else seems lost, we'll shut the door. I'll only do so at the greatest need, though. Help Rink with the preparation for our defense. And the time until we must shut the door may be long put off. All right, Rink. Oh, I should give Rink a funny voice, though. I mean, his name...
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Hello, I am Rink Thronghammer. Goblins can move quickly when they want to. No, I shouldn't be. That could be perceived as making fun of folks with a speech impediment. And I'm sorry for that. I genuinely am. I'm trying to figure out some way of making Rink mockable, but then I realize if I do that, I'm just mocking somebody who might sound like that. So I shall be a mock-free source of entertainment today. Goblins can move quickly when they want to. I'll just lean into it. I'm Rick Stronghammer. Everything is big and large and fiery. The filthy creatures are not very intelligent, but they can still do a lot of damage if they coordinate their attacks. If we disrupt their ability to communicate, they may be less effective at organizing a serious attack on the Heart of Fire. Rink, do you talk with your family like this all the time? Do you talk to your wife? Hey, yes, I do. Get the water, dear. Pour something to drink for me. Make me a sandwich. I'm leaning into the stereotype, folks. I'm not approving of the stereotype. Let's just be clear. All right? I just want to be clear. All right. I can't do that voice anymore. Scouts have reported that goblin runners, people make fun of me, Rink Stronghammer, because I sound a lot like that guy who does a Tolkien podcast. Scouts have reported that goblin runners are moving through the waterworks, running and swimming and creeping and crawling. If you defeat many of these runners, they'll be less able to signal the timing of their attack. The more time we have to construct barricades and other defenses, the better off we'll be. Disrupting goblin communication in the waterworks will buy us this time. I'm just waiting to get in trouble. I was just trying to be funny. Just selling the bit, folks, selling the bit. All right. So in the waterworks, which is really nowhere near me. You know what? I'm going to use my return to the, not to the Orc Watch. I want to use my guide to the 21st Hall because it's free. I was definitely making fun of that type. I was gonna make, you know, like I'm a hyper toxic masculinity guy, you know. All right. Defeat goblin runners in the waterworks. Let's pull up the map and we can see in the waterworks where they're at. So yeah, we definitely want to pop down to the rotting cellar, which we know we can get to from Dolven View or Deep Descent.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
I think Dolven View. I know, I should have just checked the map. You know, that map didn't used to exist. Just saying. I'm with you, Josh. Cold sandwiches are not a thing. Every sandwich should be warm and toasted. Rotting cellar. There we go. Yeah, I don't know about microwaving a ham and cheese. I mean, if you gotta make it warm, you should make it warm on a griddle. But I hear you. Anything's better than nothing. You got to warm it for sure. All right, goblin runners. They're all down here for some reason. So we're just gonna make our way across and like down this thing, kill 5 of them, and come back. Oh, except that then I'm trying to remember how to get out of here. Well, there's a staircase. See, then you get to that, and you're like, well, wait a minute, that's not a staircase. That's right. You have to come over here to the death circle. And the downstairs is over here. Josh, it's been hidden for years, but I knew you had greatness in you. Bread should be toasted, never microwaved. Oh, hello. You're a big frog. Turtle. Yeah, so we want to go this way and make our way that way. So you have to get in my way, and of course, if you're in my way, it means you're going to die. It's really unfortunate. I didn't have anything against you, Mr. Salamander. Oh, and I can't really go through there. So I need to go around. And I can't go around. So I have to go around this way. They always sound like the compies from Jurassic Park. I half expect to see, what's his name? What was his name on Seinfeld? He was always, oh, there's a goblin runner. Newman. No. What the heck was his name? Help me in the chat, folks. Oh, I'm shooting the deep salamander first. Out of my way. Now I'll take you down. I'm not going to destroy my voice. Also, I'll destroy it over lizard sound. Believe it or not, the lizard sound was easy. All right, well, I'm going to start using my passage of foes because it looks like somebody else is on the same quest. Oh, there we go. Track, but there's one. No, I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you. I want to kill you. All right, I'll kill you too. And I'll kill you because you looked at me funny. Okay, where's my passage of foes? Let's look for more of them. Well, Josh, you just ruined it by saying pickle, so we're done here. I forget if the glowworms are automatically hostile or if they're hostile if I stick around too long. We're going to try to just avoid their range altogether. Oh, somebody's coming after me. Wow, that's a quick worm. He's turned around and come back. Well, that's wild. That salamander just showed up right as I'm walking past him. Oh, there's the goblin runner. Hey. We'll get some wood, and then we'll scan for more of them. Okay. Oh, there's another one. I like how they sort of run in place, really. Okay. Goblin runner. Straight ahead, pretty much. Hey, how's it going? Thump, thump. And we're going to go talk to Rink Stronghammer. Big, McLarge, huge.
Just said that Dorian's been.
Good work! Goblins are surely in disarray, and will find it difficult to mount an effective attack for some time, bro. All right. We're going to stop the talk of pickled anything in the chat, or I'm going to be minimizing chat, and then I won't know if y'all lose the stream. Choose one. I can do Stronghammer's earring, Waffy's ring, Rink's bracelet. Well, really, it doesn't matter. They're all pretty worthless. Now we talk to Brogur in the Chamber of Leadership. So we'll port over to him. And
to defense.
You return to us.
To our enemies.
Bring the fight to our enemies, even though I've been telling you there's nothing to worry about. I will not sit here in idleness while the orcs make their own preparations. We will harry them even as we make ready to defend Zelemelek.
We may not have much time.
All right.
Go with haste.
So I need to collect iron bars and wooden slats. And those are going to be where? I forgot to check. Throughout the flaming deeps. Usually you should right click and it just gets you out of that map, but apparently not. You have to get out of that space first. I always thought you could just zoom out, but all right. Yeah, there we go. Flaming Deeps. The Flaming Deeps. What happens when you go to Taco Bell after 11 o'clock at night? The Flaming Deeps. All right, I'm in the 21st hall and I want to go south of here. So I want to either go to Anzar Mechem or Hudnul Meden. Dude, don't do that to Brisket, Josh. What kind of evil are you that you would even dare to suggest? Look, you pickle your pickles all you want. Pickle your cucumbers, pickle your red onions, do that all you want. Touch Brisket, and I'm coming for you, boy. All right. All right. Yeah. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Josh must go. And all the pickles too. All right. Okay. So what I want to do is go to the stable master down here. See who can get me a goat down there. I'm looking for a goat. Anybody want to let me borrow a goat? All right.
These halls will be great once more.
Oh, Anzar Mechem. Okay, we're just going to pretend we've been there. We're going to pay for a mithril, but we'll take the non-swift route. That'll give me a chance to see how to get there, which is always helpful in Moria. There is nothing in the letters about pickles. All right, so we come out the south arch and hang a right, because we all know right's the only way we can go out of the south arch, because the left leads to a dead end. Oh, of course. So you're going to go like you're headed towards the Hall of Flowing Water, but you're going to go past it probably. Whoa, okay. So go down, down, down. Down, down, down to Goblin Town. The Great Hall of Durin. All right, so the Great Hall. That's this whole area here, the Great Hall of Durin. So you work your way down to the bottom of that. Who am I kidding? I'm always going to take the swift route now. This is just so I can see there, though. I want to see the architecture like this, where I don't have to worry about being attacked. And I can just look and say, isn't that beautiful? But he didn't change it because he likes pickles, Louis. He did it because he realized tomatoes were a New World product. Concluding from this, that Tolkien liked pickles. He knew that tomatoes were a New World product, not something they'd find. I do love how sometimes the goats are like, oh, I'm just going to go this way, and then this way, and this way, and then this way. Well, it is a goat. Not the brightest. I am not letting you have the... Don't take my Tolkien away from me. All right, so past the Hall of Flowing Water. Past the statue of the Moria Warg fighter. And no, that's not a statue. But in case you haven't noticed, when you are on a stable horse, that is to say a stable master's horse or goat, you are not going to be attacked. If I was on my own goat, this is why I did it this way. If I was on my own goat, I would get attacked. Draw aggro. So once we get down there, the bridge doesn't go. We have to go down, down, down. But not to Goblin Town. Saving the tomatoes for Denethor. Well played, sir. Well played. That was just the grape tomatoes. The full size, hurl them at the stage actors' tomatoes. Those are different. Nedry, yeah. Oh, man. What was his name on Seinfeld? Was it Newman? Neumann? I can't remember now. It's the same actor though, right? Bob the Tomato. They pickled Larry though. It was Newman. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Newman. Wow. No wonder they call it the Flaming Deeps. You have to go way down. Past the Taco Bell, past the Del Taco, past the late night Chinese place with all the MSG, and you're in the Flaming Deeps. Wayne Knight, that's right. Sounds like a superhero name.
My name is Wayne Knight.
But really, he's like the biggest dork of all time. All right. I'm just going to check and see if this guy has a crafting trace metals.
Stay and speak with me a moment.
Nah, I'm not really interested. Iron ingots and burnished worm scales. There's some enhancement runes. Pardon me. All right. Maybe, though. Defeat fiery grims. That's almost certainly going to happen. Collect pieces of scaffold. Sure, why not? So I might as well take this guy's quest. It's unlikely that I'll do anything with it.
Hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory.
Oh, look, there's a riddle. Using that has no effect. Okay. Deed bestowed. The Flaming Deeps find Anazarmakem. Newman. What was the Wow Island for, Katie? What'd I do? That Larry got pickled, probably? That was like about 3 minutes ago. All right, so if I look at the map, wow, look at all the color overlay. Okay. So the trace metals are everywhere. Pretty much don't need to even have that on my map. Cunning plans components, the scaffolding is only over there. The grims are kind of everywhere, but not. And that's the area that I need for Into the Fire. So I probably won't even be over in the cunning plans, but we'll leave it on just in case. I should run into some of the grims, though. All right, so we want to make our way south and into the Flaming Deeps and look for iron bars and wooden slats. So let's set that as our quest guide focus. Okay, probably not that way. I think that way lies death. Look at that. I love this architecture. The ruins with the dwarves and... I'm just going to say a general yes to what was the WoW Island for. That's fair. Yeah, good point, Louis. I would rather collect scaffolding over cave dung. For sure. Don't know where the riddle quest starts. Have no idea. All right, here we go. We've discovered Hadad Mezer. And here's some iron bars for Into the Fire. So, of course, as usual, these quests do a good job of introducing you to the different areas within the region. Gosh, hi, warrior. For those who are in the know linguistically, gosh is one of the few words that we actually have in the Black speech, and it is fire. So, gosh, hi, urukai. Actually, I think I want to go this way. I think I'm going to run into more of the iron bars this way than I will that way, as opposed to Garsh. Garsh, Mickey. Yeah, Goofy's telling you to go out to the Garsh High. But let's not pay attention to Goofy. He's a silly dwarf. I always find it annoying that as you're trying to tab through enemies, you can accidentally tab and target these one hit point critters in various places. Squirrels, whatever. It's so obnoxious because, like, I don't want to kill them. I'm not interested in killing them. I just want to tab over to the next enemy. But no, I have to tab through those guys. Oh, man. It's a veritable treasure hoard over here of wooden slats and iron bars.
Hey, boss, what are we going to do with all these wooden slats and iron bars?
If Jar Jar's a secret Sith Lord, which, by the way, I totally disagree with, is Goofy a Mordor ally in secret? Maybe. Maybe. Wolves that make bad dad jokes are the best wolves, though, Katie, just so you know. It's like a target-rich environment here of wooden slats and iron bars. Can't throw a rock without hitting a wooden slat or an iron bar. That's the way I like to see it. Get me finished with my quest faster. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you distract me? I was trying to pick up this iron bar, but fine. You may die. I shall grant your wish. You stand in my way. So I'll still need one more wooden slat after this and 3 more iron bars. Oh, can't see him. And there's a wooden slat and an iron bar. With a nice ale. A wooden chest. As opposed to a wooden chest piece, like our friend on Rings of Power wears. Okay, all the wooden slats have been collected. I just need to collect 2 more iron bars. And then if I care about these other guys at all, I can look for fiery grims and collect pieces of scaffolding. But I think you all know how much I care. No, I'll probably do a little bit more wandering around the area. Oh, well. Defeated orcs within the flaming deeps. What? I've been defeating orcs within the flaming deeps. Oh, I see. It's the next chapter. So, yeah, I definitely want to do the next thing. So let's see. I want to do the fiery grims. So they're in this area. So I'll go this way. Also, this will help me collect. Well, no, I don't know. Just that. I mean, defeating 20 orcs won't be a problem. Ah, if I can kill that guy, I'll get burnished worm scales. I'm supposed to collect 10 of those. Deed bestowed, defeat worms in Moria. Which one has got the ring? Because that's a very specific location. It's not the Grims. It's not the scaffolding. It's the trace metals. Probably won't get the scaffolding since it's all the way on the opposite side, but so there must be some dragons over there to collect the burnished worm scales. Oh, come on. What do you mean interrupted? Deep worm. The deep worms like to talk about the things that really matter. Why are we here? What is the reason for our existence? Then there's the shallow worms. They follow all the streamers. They do makeup tips. Sorry. Oh, I think I see. Well, it's not scaffolding. It's rubble. So I'm going to start a new quest. Starts quest. No, I don't even want to start a quest. Sorry. I'm going to leave that be. No, I was just trying to come up with something that was shallow. I wasn't calling you shallow. Just trying to make a joke about deep worms. Really. That's it. Just look, not all of them work, folks. I mean, they're not all good jokes. All right. So maybe I want to turn to the right when I get up there. Oh, there's a Grim finally. So I've gone past wherever that ring was indicating. See, so it's to the north of me now. It's over there somewhere. How do I get there? Maybe over here. Maybe there's a bridge over here. The Burning Stair. Yep. That's how I get there. Deep worms. It's like, oh, you want some worm scales? Let's get you some worm scales. Tanun shush. Tanun shush. All right. I think once we get 2 more worm scales, we're just going to port out here because I'm never going to end up over there for where the scaffolding is. And if I've only run into 1 Grim and I've been in an area where there supposedly are Grims, I'm just not going to bother. Oh, we still have to kill the orcs though. So that's the thing. We got to get back out there and kill some more orcs. Let's hunt some orc. Woo. If you have a burning stare, you should see your physician. Just want to make sure there's a public service announcement for those dealing with this particular ailment, burning stare. Okay, the architecture here is truly impressive. Nope, he's out of range. I was going to shoot him, but whoa, I just got massive vertigo. Thought I was about to like fall over. Because that would not be beyond, that would not be unlikely. The crossroads of ash. Oh, would it? Well, I suppose we'll live and learn. Because really, let's just kill the orcs here. I got to kill 7 more orcs. Four more orcs after this guy. Well, come on. Thank you. 3 more orcs after this guy. Let's do this thing. Oh, that's a bat. I don't really care about him. There's another one. I know. There's rubble there, and I could start the quest. Or I could kill 2 more orcs and be done. I vote for 2 more orcs and be done. Oh, look at that statue. Look at that statue. Fiery Dragonet. I'm going to probably just get rid of these quests. When I pull up the map, I can see. Yeah, they're everywhere. So literally, it's not like there's an area where I'm going to go where there are more orcs, but I will have to kill this deep worm first. One more orc and we can port. There we go. You, sir. Have a fine afternoon. All right.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
All right, so he's going to give me some runes and some legendary XP, and I'm going to bring the barricade materials to Brogor.
My dwarves will begin assembling the barricades.
So now we got to talk to Bori.
My father showed me the Book of Mazarbul, and I saw something interesting.
Bori greets you warmly and then looks around conspiratorially. I think I might be onto something, Hilbern. While visiting my father yesterday, I snuck a peek at the Book of Mazarbul. I used to sneak a peek at my father's other books when I was little. And I saw something interesting. I had just read the articles, a line near the end saying that dwarf Owen sought to find the upper armories of Third Deep, and some mention of a mighty axe. Do you think that Owen might have gone looking for Ziggelburg? If you were to find the mithril axe Ziggelburg, well, I would stop being a hunter. I'd start being whatever wields an axe. I think it could turn the tide of the coming storm. Owen must not have found it, but if he had, do you think Balin's expedition might have survived? We shall never know. Journey into the waterworks and look for room plaques. Memorize them and return to me with their locations. We might be able to find the armory for which Owen searched. Slay any of the deadly creatures there as well. If I'm correct, there may be another journey there in our future. All right. But there won't be another journey in the future today. That would be in the future on Tuesday. Let's, however, at least get in the area. So if it's down in the waterworks, we'll take our our trusty goat steed down to the waterworks. Okay, hold on. Before I talk to that guy, let me just take a look and see where they are. Yeah, sure enough, down here in the waterworks. So these are where the plaques are. 3 down here, 2 over here, and we want to go to the rotting cellar. So we're going to get there from Dolven View.
Shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
And before we go, I'll take a look and see. I guarantee you we've made some progress on the legendary track. So we'll take a look at some of the rewards. We'll move some of the materials into shared folder and sell the rest so that we kind of clean up an inventory.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Consider making YouTube shorts of some of the excerpts. The tricky part is out of an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute stream, there might be like 3 really funny moments that are funny without context. I'm not saying I'm that boring, but that, you know, on their own would make good shorts, and the challenge is just trying to find them. But that would be fun to do. Maybe down the road, or maybe if that might be something I would let AI give it, you know, try doing. AI is never going to touch any of the content that I create, not in a million years, but I might let AI have a shot at that. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and make this my milestone rather than the Orc Watch. And then let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Let's pull this over here so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, how did I get 2 subscriber town services? Oh, that's right. I remember now. So I have a bunch of other alts, and I wanted them on the same rotation. And so I went and got a new one for Hilbern. All right. So materials. Oh, yeah. My scholar will be very happy about that. Rep items, materials, rep items, rep items. It's just all these things up here. What's this? Okay, materials. Materials. I know that's technically a material, but I don't need it. I do need those. Those I have. And the Scarn. More tracery stuff. No, I don't want less agility. Okay, rep item. All right, so let's take a look and see, get these things kind of out of my way. We've got enhancement runes, traceries. So the traceries the traceries can be engraved on the legendary weapons. The problem is that I don't want to engrave those on my legendary weapons, but I can get rid of them at, I'm going to hold on to the ones that are level 50 because I can, next time I go to Rivendell to updo my weapon at level 61, I'll turn these into their traceries and then sell those for ancient script. But I've got enhancement runes. Okay, so mostly common runes and 1 rare. All right, let's take a look. So those are going to be our common ones, and then we get our rare ones. So the rare ones are worth 2 levels. So if I go to my Hilbern's pointy thing, I can see that some of these are already maxed out, like the Heraldry of the Serpent is at level 60. But, you know, I could use the Rain of Arrows damage. I could use the quick shot damage. We got a raid. Woo-hoo! Right on. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Alan from the Prancing Pony podcast here. Welcome to the new folks. We're actually getting fairly near the end of our stream as well. Just kind of going through the legendary items and doing the enhancement runes real quick. So folks, again, for those of you who haven't caught the legendary equipment deal, you raise the level of the traceries by applying the runes. So in this case, I'm going to drag them over here. I only can use 2 because that'll bump me to the cap. So I'll say, okay, I'll use both of those there. And then Rain of Arrows damage as well. Use both there. Now, I'm not going to use this on quick shot damage, and I'll tell you why. Because this one actually bumps me up 2 levels, so I would be wasting a level because it can only go to 60. So let's take a look at my other legendary. And here I can see that my damage over time could really use that bump. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you're going to ask that yes, and it'll see you up to 59. Now, of course, I'm only 2/3 of a level away from being able to go and reforge my weapon. So we'll do that soon enough. In the meantime, let me go ahead and sell off all the rest of this stuff. Yeah, don't need any of that stuff. Thank you very much. Repair. Oh, from when I didn't have my VIP active. All right. All right. So when I come back on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we're going to go memorize these room plaques. I sure hope I don't actually have to memorize anything. I mean, I'm going to trust that Hilbern writes them down on a piece of paper because the River Hobbit is smarter than I am. If I have to memorize them, all I'm going to do is have Katie look it up on the wiki and copy and paste it to me at the right time. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Before I leave, since we don't necessarily want to end if we've got new folks, do we have any questions at all? And thank you in the meantime, checking my loots. Really appreciate it. Yeah, actually, I have two different editors, Kim. I have Jordan edits the PPP because he's an audio guy. He's a sound engineer. And then Jonathan does the video editing for the TTT. My favorite area of Moria so far, Katie, not the waterworks. Not the Redhorn loads. Probably, I enjoyed the Silvertine loads. That's a small area. This area here gets a little confusing to me in Zelem Melek as you make your way out of Durin's Great Hall. This was kind of cool. This area we rode through on our way to the Deep Crossroad. That was pretty cool, that little section. But I got to say, if I'm going to pick a favorite, it's got to be the bridge. Doing it in that session play and getting to experience the bridge intact, knowing that when I get there again later at the end of Moria, I'll be seeing it as it was after what Gandalf did in the books. So fantastic stuff. Favorite weapon in the Legendarium? So many. I'm going to pick one that is not everybody's favorite. I just love, and it's partly because I love the movie design. Is that a bad thing? Hedegrim. I absolutely loved Theoden's sword in the films. The design of it is my favorite far and away. If I'm looking at just like the coolness of a weapon, can I say that Dramberleg would be, I wish we'd had Dramberleg intact, but it would have gone down with Numenor with the rest of all those extra first stage deals. Change a milestone here. Actually, I already did. It was the first thing I did. So yeah, that would be Dramberleg would be fantastic. Let's see. Well, I think actually Louis Harrogrim is named. It's just, not described very much, but I may be wrong. It may not be. That may be one of those things where I'm concatenating the films and the books. Recommendations, what should you be reading before the first episode? Well, the first episode of the PPP coming up tomorrow. Oh my goodness, that's tomorrow. Is just an interview episode. I say just, meaning you don't have to read anything. It is an interview that Sean Marchese and I did with Dan Falconer and Leonard Ellis. Dan Falconer, they're both at Weta. Dan's written that big, massive book, the script to screen one. Fantastic guy. He's been one of their designers for a long time, worked on the original Lord of the Rings films, worked on the War of the Rohirrim film. All of those visual guides that have like the sort of the behind the scenes, the Chronicles books that came out when the Hobbit films came out, as bad as the films were, the books were really good. And he did the books. Leonard Ellis is one of their lead sculptors. There's a sculpt coming out on Cirith Ungol that is fantastic. It's one of his. So we just got to talk about all the cool stuff Weta's doing. And that chat is coming out tomorrow. And then the next episode is a Questions After Nightfall. But if you're asking what you should be reading before we start diving into the text, that's going to be Unfinished Tales this year. And the first story, Sarah and I are going to be spending 10 episodes in Aldarion and Arendis. So start there. Aldarion and Arendis. Kim, if you bring a jar of pickles to the moot, you will not, I will be walking away from you as often as possible. All right. Yeah, I was going to say, having Sean back for that is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you all enjoy that. We are, and I'm happy to tell you this. I can tell you this because we talked about it and we have confirmed it as much as anything can be confirmed. But we are planning on Sean returning towards the end of this season to cover the Palantiri and the Istari chapters in Unfinished Tales. So Going to be fantastic. That is eye twitching. We are allowed to talk about that. It'll actually be public news in 2 weeks when episode 2 weeks from now drops. So, well, no, we're allowed to talk about it. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't really favor tomatoes either, if that helps. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was never a huge fan of Veggie Tales. It's like, we got a pickle and a tomato. Can we get? Where's the roast beef? Where's the Swiss cheese? You know. All right, folks. Let me drop out of the game, and we'll come back to the chat real quick. And we'll pull up the chat stream so that folks can actually interact on there as well. I'll be in a pickle. Very good. I'm sorry you're grumping over there. It's something that we talked about. Like, I confirmed it with him, and I said, Sean, can I tell folks? And he said yes, because he is planning on doing it. So it actually becomes part of the record in 2 weeks when the episode drops. So sorry about that. No, I thank you, grumping and also deferring. Mozzarella cheese sticks. As long as they're actually cooked long enough to be melty. There's nothing's good about a mozzarella cheese stick that's like chewy. That's no good. It's got to be melty. All right. This has been a lot of fun, folks. For those of you who are patrons of today's Tolkien Times, a whole nother project of mine, we are going to have our September hangout in about 15 minutes time over in the Discord for the events there. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you all there. If you have any questions, especially about the upcoming series, because right now we are coming into the very last week, I think. Yeah, we're coming up. The last week of the current series starts on Monday. So maybe the next series, series 13, we can chat in that hangout. So anybody who is part of that, I'll see you there. Oh. Anybody who's not, it's not too late to go and become a part of that. All right. A cheese stick becoming a Wookiee. How did I miss that? Oh, that sounds really odd. And on that weird thought, thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your weekend. And for those of you who are able to come back, I will see you here Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. I'm said goodbye.